Am I recording? Yes, I am recording. I gotta check. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another drawing tutorial on Demon Slayer. Today we have Tanjiro versus Kazutora. Landscape page, pencil eraser. Hit pause if I go too fast. I'm going to start with the demon over this side. Kazutora, what did I say? Gyutaro. I said Kazutora. Who's Kazutora? Anyway. God, so many animes. It's so confusing. So many names. Gyutaro. Now, we start with his nose. Center point of my page is about here, right? We'll come up over to the left. And what we're going to do is a sort of letter L. So it just like goes down, around, like that, right? Letter L for his nose. His nostril is kind of there, okay? It's like an upside down 7. We're going to make it kind of like a Z, so it's going to go this way, right? That's his brow. So if we know where his brow is, right, we roughly know where his eyebrow is kind of tilted up, so we know where his eye is anyway. So across from here, he's got this closed eye, okay? So you just kind of do a curved line here, like that. We're just going to thicken up the eyelash sort of end, right? So you just make this kind of spikier here. All right, like so. And then we give him an eyelid line going that way. And he does have like some lines and stuff around his eye like that. His eyebrow is kind of like underneath his hair, but it's real pointy, right? So we'll draw a hair spike. So it goes down, zigzags down this way, right? So we got to draw this in before we do his eyebrows because it kind of covers this. Right, so hair spike going that way. And then his eyebrow. It's got a lot of angles to it. So it's going to come down, up, down again, there. And it kind of spikes back this way, up, down, back up again. And we're just going to color this shaded dark. So we go down into his mouth, right? So coming from his nose, right? We have his top lip kind of sticks out here. And then it goes in. And then he's gritting his teeth, right? So he's got like, you know, like his teeth are like grinding together, sort of big sharp teeth, right? So his mouth will go back this way, around, down into there. Bottom lip sticks out and then goes in towards the chin. And we'll just do the teeth inside here before we move on. So we go edge line for his teeth. And then he's got sharp teeth, right? So they go down underneath his lip, come back up. Go down underneath his lip, come back up. And then another one just down there, right? So these big sharp teeth. His chin then will come around from his bottom lip and go up towards his jaw, right? So we'll go this way. Right? It goes underneath his hair here. We also have that Demon Slayer shadow that's underneath their chin or their bottom lip, just there, kind of like a little triangle. And then we'll do the rest of his hair, right? So we've got these sort of dreadlock kind of stuff, like real. You'd imagine if you touched them, they'd be solid, you know. Not a good smell from them either, I'd say. This goes down. You know, it's like he hasn't washed his hair in a while, basically. This will go back up here and around. To there. And then another one sort of coming out of his face, this side. And out from the top of his head. This way, like so, and so that's his jaw. He has ears in there somewhere, and there's like some veins sort of on his face and his sort of his head, like that. Right, so now we just add a hair all the way around, right? So we'll just keep we'll go this way and around this way. So just hair spikes, basically. One there. Next one. This way, and there's another one. I think we can see some ear inside here, but we'll just draw this spike first. I think is there some ear lines in there? I don't know if that's hair or ear. So guess time. So we'll just put. So I'm gonna guess it's ear. I don't know though. Could be ear. Depends on how you color it. So hair spike here. And this one kind of goes behind his trapezius. So his trapezius goes into his shoulder somewhere there. And then we have another hair spike that comes out from behind it. Like this. Another one here. This goes up. Another one comes down this way. Another one up the top. And then we're going over the top of his head with all these bumps. Okay. And this fringe comes down the front then. I think this goes behind some of Tanjiro's hair, but we'll draw it in. That way, some hanging down the other side of his face then. Here. Now remember, hit pause if I go too fast for you. And then he has the bit that's just like on top of his head, but I can't fit the whole lot in. It just goes up off this way. Some texture lines on it going up like so. And then we have those marks on his face. So these kind of infection stains, or what would they be? Yeah, it's like scars from an illness or just like general badness on his face. Like so. Right, so now we got some anatomy. So there's like a big shadow on the left hand side of his body. It's just colored in black. So some of his anatomy is missing from the image. So we won't draw it in. We'll just draw in the shadow and we'll see how we go. Right, so we'll start up here. Well, maybe his neck. We'll start with his neck. That's probably easier. So his neck kind of goes in behind his hair here. Comes out the other side and down. Like that, right? And there's a shadow in underneath his hair here. So it's real dramatic. There's lots of black shadows. I'll color in this one, but I'll do the other ones at the end, so it's quicker for me to do it digitally. Like a neck muscle going from here, like, yeah, so that must be his ear, because the neck muscle sort of goes from his ear there. And then like some more that way. And his collarbone goes up to his shoulder, right? So your collarbone kind of, the center of your neck, your collarbone goes out from there. If you feel it on your own body, you'll know what I mean. So the collarbone always goes up towards the shoulder. It joins the trapezius, the corner of the trapezius, and the top of the shoulder. It's your AC joint. I know that because I tore mine playing soccer. And then there's a vein here. And then big shoulder. He's got a lot of muscle like on top, but he's real skinny. But his shoulders are real big. And then another shoulder line kind of around here. There. And then here as well. Maybe coming down a bit further there. So that's one shoulder. And then he has like armpit lines here. Right? And then his chest comes out around from here all the way. So now we have the start of this shadow, right? So let's say the chest comes down this way and sort of goes up the middle, right there. There's a big shadow here, but we're drawing what we think is the other chest muscle just here on this side. So this pectoral muscle now is smaller than this one because his body's turned away from us on this side. So shoulder then sort of comes out, say, here. Right. And then like some chest muscles going that way. And then this shadow line, so we go just across here for where the shoulder would be, maybe another shoulder line there. So it's all black inside here. And then that means the other collarbone should be like here, going up towards. So that's like his collarbone. So then this one should go up towards the top of his shoulder that way, right? Roughly. We'll get his body in and then we'll do his arms. So he's like a skeleton, right? He's real skinny. So we've got these kind of ribs that bump down this way, right? There. And then the back of it will come out up here from his arm, sort of. So it goes down around here. And his hip is real bony. Gnarly looking, goes out that way. And the hip on this side out, down into his waistband there. And then this comes out for his waistband and this goes around his stomach that way. There, right. So then inside here, right, I'm going to draw in this shadow that comes down all this side of his body because you can't see his ribs or anything there. So it's kind of on the bottom of his chest, right? So it starts like here. So this is going to be just black, right? So it goes there and kind of up the middle of his chest here. It's all black down this way. So let's just draw it in. Comes along his ribs, sort of here. Down this way. And then down like his abs here. So this is just all will be colored black, shaded in black, right? So and you know, you could sort of make up anatomy and stuff on this side if you wanted, if you were feeling inclined, but I prefer to just draw what I can see, so because it just wouldn't look right, I'd say. Right, and then we can see like some abs coming down the side here. I don't like making things up. That's just me though. So these are like ab lines and stuff here. And then down there. across, up, down to there. And then ribs, so like a big rib there, another one there, coming from each of these kind of spikes here. Going up around underneath his back. An arm, shoulder line, going that way. Ribs there, so that's just colored black, right? Put just dots there just so we know. Okay, so what we can see of his arm up here, and then we'll add some details like veins and things. So tricep, and it goes in underneath these black collars, right? So these shapes that are on his arms, basically these kind of things here. And then his arm goes into another one here. Just will go off the back of my page that way. And then these have all patterns inside them as well. So these kind of, there's two sort of edge lines. And then like they're broken up into these different shapes. That, right? And then his other arm comes down here. So we've got more of those spikes or these kind of things, right? Curves around his arm. So that means his arm goes sort of into his chest here somewhere. This comes down around the back into there. Right, and then there's another one below this one. So two of them. With his arm sort of coming down inside. This one comes across. This one actually goes behind his forearm, I think, sort of here. Right, so then this is like his forearm, and then he's one on his wrist going down this way. Like that. And then his elbow go down there. Back this way. Elbow kind of real pointy, sticks out here. Down off my page. Forearm line. Elbow line. Like a vein. There. And then again, all these sort of patterned shapes on this. And there. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, and more on this one. So you just sort of add these. Like that. There's nothing but shadow underneath his armpit there, so that's all black as well. And then we had some more shapes on this. Like that, right, so hand coming out here, holding his scythe. So we go wrist, kind of bumps out here, got a wrist bone, and then up to there. And then the bottom of his hand, we've got this bumpy shape here. Two bumps at the bottom of your hand, it's these here. and then his fingers and knuckles and things, right? So let's say the thumb is like here, right? And then we have a kind of a thumbnail on that. And then first finger comes out like so. And then 4 knuckles. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each of these corresponds to a finger. So finger goes down like so. Back of this one into there. Side of the finger goes into the next one. Same here. And the pinky goes around the bottom of the handle of his blade, right? So that's there. You can add knuckle lines and stuff like that if you want. And so, like, the end of the handle is just here. And it's a real bumpy sort of bony shape, so you don't have to worry too much about your shapes here. You can just wing it, kind of, because that's what I'm doing. Right, so just like a bumpy sort of thing, like that. Wrist bone there. And then, so the blade comes down this way. And again, it's this weird bumpy sort of thing that goes all the way around here. Comes up to a point there, and then back down. It's like a scythe, right? That's the general shape for it. Then we got to do all these patternings on the inside, okay? So there's a red section and a purple section, and we got all these veins that grow up and around. The blade like this. All around like so, right? And then like there's all these bumps and textures on the actual thing, the blade itself down here. Just these lines and shadows and things all down here. Like so. And then the other side of this collar on his wrist, just there, that we can't see. So extra of those details now on his skin, so spots and veins and all this kind of stuff, right? So like spot on his shoulder, spot on his like collarbone, this dark gray stuff, one on his chest, just kind of random pattern around here coming up on his back. And a vein down his neck, there's a vein on his shoulder. There. Vein on his shoulder here. That's pretty much it. Let's go over now and do Tanjiro. Let's not waste any time and get right into it. So, in this scene, the side is like nearly touching Tanjiro's chin, right? So, Tanjiro's face is going to be about here, basically, right? So we start with his nose. It's a real pointy nose. So it like sticks out here. It comes back into there, right? There's no nostril in this picture, but I'm going to add one. So like if I was to say, yeah, I'll put one there. And then make it a Z for the brow. So going that way. So we got this letter L, and then it looks like a Z there. And then his forehead comes up real big, like that. So just across from his brow, then we have his eye, right? So we got his top eyelid, kind of sticks up here, and then comes across, down the back, right? Now we're going to thicken this up a little bit, so keeping the ends kind of pointy, right? So we're just going to thicken it up like this. And Demon Slayer gives him these kind of lines just coming off like that. Bottom eyelid then, big wide eye, right? So it's down here and comes up towards the back. Just there, and then stress lines kind of around it like that. He's looking to the side, so his iris is like an ellipse, right? So it's like a skinny circle just here. And Tanjiro's pupil is white, right? So what we have to do is attempt to draw a circle and leave it white. If you color it and put a white dot here, that might be easier, but we'll draw it in. We'll attempt to draw it in anyway. Right, kind of like that. And then he's sort of black and purple around here. So we'll do the black section. He's normally on the top. And the bottom of that eye will be like pink and purple. His eyebrow comes out roughly from where his brow is. So like, say, here. That's his brow, so we'll go out from there, up. Change direction down to there. And we'll just kind of thicken up this line a little bit. And add maybe some wrinkles and frowns and stuff. And an eyelid line coming out from here. He does have blood coming out from his eyes because this is this kind of, you know, scene where he's got the blood in his eyes. But I'll draw that after we do the hair, because the hair comes down like across it or something. So then his top lip comes out, back in. Kind of same as Gyutaro's mouth, except sort of more open in shock. So it goes back, around, down, like that. And then his bottom lip sticks out, goes in, down towards the chin. And then we just do his teeth and stuff. So teeth line, kind of going back that way. A little bit on the bottom, not as much, just there. And then the side of his mouth here, and what we can see of his tongue, just in there. So then the chin goes back this way. And yeah, the jaw isn't really drawn in, like there's a bit of a gap sort of here, and it touches his ear then there. And the ear just comes out, up, around, and it's like there's all these slices taken out of his ear. Out, around here. Into where his hair is, right? But he has all these red slices, so he's got his ear cut, right? So he's got these, yeah, it's like his ear sliced, basically. These spikes coming down his ear. And one just coming down the corner of his ear. That looks painful. And then inside here we have then your ear lines, so your ligaments and cartilage and stuff. Right, like that. And then the earring comes down from there, just a sort of a box, touching his jaw. Down like so. And then we have more details here. Sun, the land, and some rays from the sun. Like that. Right, so then the rest of his hairline. So it goes around for his forehead, and then we got some spikes. And then this will come across his face. Back to there. Another spike here. This will go up around into there. And then the hair comes out from his forehead and all the way back, right? So coming out here, touching Gyutaro's hair. There. And then another spike going back that way. Comes back in. And then this goes back and up, down into there. Another spike back here, back in, down and up, back in, to there, to there, back up, back into there, and some spikes at the back of his ear. So the thing about Tanjiro's hair is you got to draw in all those purple shades, right? So we go up, down, up to here, back in. Another one out here, to there, right? And so there'll be purple or red sort of lines that are around his hair. It's kind of a brownish sort of shade of red, really. So that's all red. And then coming down this way. Like that. And then like another section here. Back like so. This up to there, all the way around. Now, so in here is all black, okay? And the red color is on the outside of that, the one there. Right, so let's keep moving. So we go collar. Down that way. And then his neck, what we can see of it, just like in there. And a little shadow. Just in there. He's wearing the box with Nezuko in it. So what do we draw first? The rope, I guess. So the rope, so we got this bumpy sort of rope that goes around his back. Just here. And it goes in behind the box. So the box then straight down that way. Straight as you can make it. You could use a ruler if you want. And then the underneath of all this rope here. Right, so it's going just like around his shoulder, so his shoulder comes out here. Down around to there. And then another sort of arm line kind of here, faux line. Goes down that way. And then the back of his arm here. Down, full line there. Boop. something else. No. Oh yeah, there's another strap going around. Is like obviously going around from here, like underneath his armpit. Like so. Right, and then the top of this box will go this way. And they have these corner brackets, reinforcing kind of corner brackets there, and then a metal line that goes that way. And then another metal bracket coming across. Coming across here. There, and then basically planks of wood then. So you just sort of break this space up into wooden lines. Right, like texture on these. Not on that, that's metal, that was a mistake. Whoopsies. Gotta get rid of that. Right, and then Tanjiro's costume, we break it up into black and green. He's got a white collar here. And then everything else has got like these white and green boxes on them. So a line coming down that way, another line coming down here, right? So you've got horizontal lines coming down a sleeve, and then you can like add these boxes. So black, green, black, and then green, starting here. Then there's like another black box there, going across here. Back that way. There. Down there. To there. 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 So that's a black box. So then green and then black down there. Okay, so that's okay. So then here down to there. Here. There, just breaking it up now into different sorts of shapes, that's all. Black box there, there, here, there, there, down, like another one in here somewhere. Like that, and then someone has collar. To there, down to there, there. Like so. Right. That's everything, I think. That's how to draw Tanjiro versus Gyutaro. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.